Welcome. We are a mother-daughter podcast about all things surrogacy. Together, we have brought 8 beautiful babies into this world, and we would like to share through education and knowledge about surrogacy with those who want to educate themselves on the topic. This is Stop.Sit.Surrogate. This episode is sponsored by U.S. Surrogacy, LLC. If you've ever dreamed of helping grow a family or are hoping to grow your own, U.S. Surrogacy, LLC is here to guide you every step of the way. They are a dedicated surrogacy agency committed to supporting intended parents and surrogates through a compassionate, ethical, and well-supported journey. U.S. Surrogacy, LLC works with amazing women who want to make a life-changing difference by becoming a surrogate, while also helping intended parents experience the incredible gift of parenthood. Their team focuses on transparency, strong communication, and personalized support so that everyone involved feels confident, cared for, and informed throughout the entire process. If you've ever considered becoming a surrogate, or if you're an intended parent exploring your options, U.S. Surrogacy LLC is ready to help you take that next step. To learn more about their programs and how you can get started, visit us-surrogacy.com. That's us-surrogacy.com. And now let's get into today's episode.
How's that?
What a thought. Okay. You start.
Sure. Oh, we're there. Okay.
Yeah. Brittany's been here.
Yes, so sorry. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Stop.Sit.Surrogate with Kennedy and Ellen. We have a wonderful guest today. We're going to let her introduce herself. Go ahead and take it away.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany. I've been on before for a couple of Friday Facts, but I am a one-time gestational carrier working on journey number 2, and I'm excited to be here.
Oh my gosh.
Just excited to have you.
Yes, always excited to talk to you. Super excited that we get to jump into like your journey's like full discussion. Like this will be
Absolutely.
This will be so fun. Okay, so favorite question we love to ask, how did you find out about surrogacy?
Well, it's kind of like, obviously I'm a millennial, so I saw Friends and I saw Phoebe and all that. So like that was where it was like in the back of my brain. But my husband and I tried for 5 years to have our first.
Oh, wow.
So I was like immersed into the fertility community and like trying to conceive and all of that stuff. So I saw all these families trying to either start the family or have more babies. And before we had him, I promised myself that no matter which way it went, as long as we had our kids and when we were done having our kids, I would give back to the fertility community in some way, whether that was egg donation or surrogacy or, just I became a doula. So like that side of it too, and becoming like a fertility doula and stuff like that. But that's really where it started. So I promised myself that when we were done with our fertility journey and we were successful with everything, that I would give back to that community in some way. So that's kind of what led me to.
You're giving back a lot. Like,
right.
Doula, surrogate, like seriously, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that part. I didn't know. So you became a doula like after your first was born?
No, I didn't become a doula until after my third was born.
Okay.
But I'm talking like 3 months after my third was born. I was in hospitals with moms having babies. So it got a little crazy there for a while.
Yeah, for sure. That's a lot to take on, but that's super amazing. Wow, that's so cool.
And good for you to have 3. Well, like seriously, if you have 5 years of infertility, that can dash somebody's hopes like big time.
Oh, trust me. We had a loss the month before I actually got pregnant with my oldest. And then I like to tell everyone, like, my body just needed a kickstart because we had my first. My husband went on a deployment and he came back and we were pregnant the next month.
Oh, how funny.
And so my middle one is our post-deployment baby. And then my youngest, we started trying and we were literally pregnant that same month.
Oh my gosh.
With no medications or anything with either of those two. So my body just needed a kickstart. And then once it gets pregnant, it likes to stay pregnant.
You just needed that
Yeah.
roadmap of like, this is what we do. Okay, we're here. I can take over now. No, that's
Yeah, pretty much.
oh my gosh. So then how did you come to, well, you said you were going to possibly do egg donation. So
Yeah,
how did
that's
you decide
whoop.
surrogacy over egg donation? That's very different.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So one, after having babies of my own, I knew I didn't want my genes out there
For
without
sure.
knowing
I
them,
get that.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But also I don't qualify for egg donation. My mom is my mom's a narcissistic bipolar. Um,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you
so
have
I don't,
gene.
Okay.
Okay.
yep. So I
Okay.
don't qualify for egg donation with that. Plus, I have generalized anxiety and things like that. So that's like disqualifies for egg donation too.
So
So,
they go back
uh-huh.
a
Yep.
generation or two. Wow.
Yep. And
That
they'll go
makes
back
sense,
like,
I guess.
yeah, for things like heart disease and things like
Mm.
that, they'll go back two generations, so like my grandparents.
Oh,
Um,
Huh.
and that's mostly like that kind of stuff is mostly for like the people who are going to adopt the eggs
Mm.
and take the eggs and things like
Mm.
that. So you
Yep.
you need to know that. But to qualify, yeah, any mental health within a one generation is a disqualifier.
I'll be
Mom,
darned.
I
Okay.
And it's
honestly,
not,
that's so crazy because like after hearing that, I'm like, because I know my mom, I don't know if you talked about it, but you have brought it up in conversations, but you're adopted, mom. So like I don't even
Yeah.
know because you don't
I
even
don't
know
even
that
know if
side.
I would have never egg donated, but just seriously because of being adopted. Like it just
Oh,
threw it
okay.
out the window for me. Like I needed people to look like me and I understood that
yeah,
connection. And I was
No,
like, yeah, no.
yeah.
And I did meet the birth mom. So I do have the history, but
From that, but not from your birth
not
dad.
from
That's
the
what I'm
other one.
saying.
So I
Like
would
it's
have
just
probably just been disqualified
right.
100%.
That's
Yeah.
so
Okay, we
interesting.
can get off that. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, that was just so
That's where my
interesting.
head went to. I was like, what? Okay. Okay. All right.
yeah.
Okay. So then how did you land on surrogacy?
Courtesy. Yeah.
So when I had my daughter,
Yeah.
and I'm a weirdo, and I think we all are in this aspect that I love being pregnant.
Oh,
Like I just I always feel amazing when I'm pregnant, and I always just like mentally I feel really good when I'm pregnant and all of that. So we had my third, and she was almost two. She was like a year and a half old, like 18 months old.
mhm.
And I told my husband, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna apply to be a surrogate now. And he goes, what? And then we started talking about it and things like that. But that was literally, it was she's 18 months old. We knew we did not want any more.
Okay.
She's our, okay, we're done, baby.
Mhm.
And
Cute.
and she still is, trust me. Like she's a crazy 4-year old now. And I still say, yep, we're done.
Oh,
But yeah, we had at 18 months, we're finally like, okay, we don't feel like we want more. We feel like we're complete. We are happy with our family. And so then I'm like, all right, I'm going to go do some research and just dove headfirst into it and started researching and just, I'm like, okay, yes, this is what I want to do.
okay.
After I started researching and like realizing exactly what it entailed, which I kind of knew because with my nursing background, I kind of understood like IVF and plus the
Yeah.
fertility background, I understood like all of that stuff. So I knew that side of it, but I didn't know like the agency side of it or the independent versus agency and like what does that
Right.
mean? And so that's what I spent like 6 months like
Wow.
researching,
You go, girl.
trying to figure out, do I want to go agency? Do I want to go independent? If I go either way, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And
Right.
so yeah, so I really just said, okay, let's do this, and I dove headfirst and just
Wow.
went for it.
An agency won out over independent?
Kinda.
Oh,
So my first journey was coordinated through the biggest ask, and so
Oh, cool.
yeah, so they're a coordinating company. So they're not technically an agency, but they match and then coordinate the whole thing,
right.
which is kind of a best of both worlds
It
for like a
is.
type A person like me,
Yeah. Yeah.
who I want to be able to schedule my appointments and schedule my flights, hotels, and do all of that stuff myself,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
still have someone to fall back on to be able to ask questions and have those hard conversations with. Um, and all of that stuff too. So we were really happy with going with the biggest ask because it
That's
kind of it saved my intended parents so much money versus
so
going
much money.
agency.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also gave me that I'm
Independent.
in control of everything. So it
Yeah.
kind of had a little bit of
Huh.
both, which was really great.
It's really nice. I do like that aspect of the biggest ask is like where you can it's in between independent and agency because like
Mhm.
they will be like, "Oh, hey, like here's the steps A B C D E F G and like we're here if you need guidance or questions or things like that." But like you're kind of not on your what?
We
We
interviewed
interviewed
them
them
a long time ago. Like
long time when they first started.
yeah. So
Oh goodness.
is this something new for them where they're more of a matching versus an education, or were they always matching? And I missed that.
Well, they were in a huge education like during 2020
Yeah.
is when they started
Yeah.
like their big education platform. And
Right.
then you could correct me if I'm wrong, Brittany. I'm probably gonna get this wrong, but I think in like 2022, maybe they
Sounds
like
about right.
Okay.
soft launched it and
Oh,
then
okay.
it's like kind of like really grown from there. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay. Well,
great.
that's
They have
great.
lots
Good
of
for them.
matching.
Yeah, I always liked them. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're amazing. I
I
love all the
digress.
ladies over there. I mean, and they're growing constantly.
they
They just
are.
hired so they've got MJ and Ashley.
Yeah.
MJ is the founder and MJ or Ashley came on right after that. They've got Jade and they've got Bree, who is actually Ashley's sister.
Oh,
And then they just hired their most recent hire is Tara. So
Yes. You know
um
Tara, Mom.
we do know Tara.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. So she's their most recent journey coordinator. So
Awesome.
yeah, but I mean, even just since I started, they've hired Jade, Bree, and Tara.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's
since I started my journey, they've grown in,
wow.
3 employees, which is kind of crazy.
That
It's
is
amazing.
cool.
It's affordable.
Yeah.
But we'll go back
Absolutely.
to you.
Yes.
So, okay, so
Okay.
out of curiosity, because like we've never really we haven't talked to a surrogate who's gone through a journey
Mm-mm.
with them. So how does that
Okay.
work? Did you contact them? I'm assuming.
So it's really funny. So obviously I found them on Instagram, right? And I'm
Yeah.
following them on Instagram and, watching all their matching posts and things like that. But on their website, and I don't know if you can still do it. I think you can sign up for like newsletter notifications. And basically every time that they post a new match of intended parents, you get an email.
Ah,
And
Cool.
so I signed up for that. And just because, when you're reading it, you can kind of find it and you can decide, yes, I like this. No, I don't. Email, not email, whatever. One morning, and I actually wrote it down. So I got the email on September 12th of 2023. And
okay.
I'm an early riser. So I got up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, right? This email came through. I read through it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love these parents. So I literally emailed MJ at 5 o'clock in the morning. I replied to the email, and no joke, when I went to look at it to show my husband, it was gone. Like the post was gone.
Oh,
And so what happened basically is there was a technical glitch on their website. Their profile was not supposed to go live for another week.
oh,
And I
meant to be.
am like one of the only people who saw it.
Oh
Meant to
my
be.
gosh.
It was so meant to be
Yep.
that we
That's fun.
matched.
That's so fun.
Um, yeah,
Funny.
I literally got an email back from MJ that day. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. This was not supposed to go live." Like there were pictures that the intended parents didn't necessarily want on their matching post,
Okay, okay.
and like there was some information that was wrong on it, so that's why it wasn't supposed to go out with
It just
it.
wasn't
Okay.
polished yet.
Oh, you darn.
Yep,
Okay.
Got it.
exactly. And so it was so meant to be that it kind of came through. So that's how I got started with them was I got the email, I emailed MJ, and then
Okay.
we started talking, and she's like, okay. So then I had a meeting with her 2 days later,
Oh,
Okay.
wow, quick.
just kind of talking about me and them a little bit more than like what their matching post showed, making sure that I was a qualified candidate
Mm,
with MJ before she even sent it off to the intended parents.
yeah.
And then once her and I talked, she sent it off to the intended parents, and they're like, "Yeah, let's have a conversation." And we
Have
had
you gone
our
had you gone through any clearance, any medical evals, anything before? No. Okay.
No. I knew I was qualified though,
Okay.
because I've had saline sonograms and HSGs and all that kind of stuff. Granted, that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
But with all my medical records and things like that,
You
like we
kinda-
knew that I was qualified.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and MJ and I talked about my like pregnancy history and
Yeah.
mental health history and kind of all that, just like
Yeah.
verbally. So she knows too.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I got
Okay.
like clearance with her and things like that. And then I talked to the intended parents the following week. And we matched, like we talked on a Friday and we were matched by Monday. I think we were actually both said yes within like a couple of hours. I don't have the text messages with MJ anymore, so I don't remember when I said yes, but it was pretty quickly after talking to them. There was just so much in common between us, and like their story just really resonated with me.
Aw.
So I was like, yep. I kind of knew before I even talked to them that they were who I wanted to go with, but after talking to them, I'm like, yes,
Solidified it, yeah.
you are who I want to carry for.
And was it intended parents? What were
A mom and a dad,
Awesome.
and they have one living child, and they did have 2 late-term losses, which is why it wasn't safe for her to carry anymore. So, yeah, and so I think that really resonated with me too. That they had a little one who, you know, is about the same age as my middle one, and like so, like I could see that and things like that. And I could see the want of adding to their family, which was really, really important to like be able to see, for me to be able to see that the want there, because I know everyone wants a baby, right? Like that goes through surrogacy. They all want a baby, but some of them don't know how to express that necessarily. And for me, it was just really important to have that piece as well, like the emotional piece, because for me, it just felt more like later down the line, we'd also still be able to have that emotional piece there.
Yeah, it's something that was always it would always be there.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So you meet, let's just say you match within 2 weeks of getting this post. Yeah. Is that safe to say?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That's so quick.
Right. And so how quickly does the process go from there, given that this is a little bit of a different situation, right? Because it's more of a coordination with the biggest task and not somebody, you're doing a lot of it, right?
Yep. So I had my match call with I wrote it all down because I went through my calendar and my emails.
I love you.
So we had our match call on September 22nd of 2023.
Okay.
I had my first call with their clinic on October 9th of 2023.
Wow. It's like 2 weeks.
And they had already gone through all my medical records at that point. I sent my medical records on the 29th of September, I think it was.
Oh my God.
10 days or whatever.
Awesome.
It was fast.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And then I had to go through everything for medical clearance. I'm talking saline sono, HSG, and a mock cycle. So I had to do everything.
Really?
Wow.
Because the clinic wanted it, or because the parents kind of requested it?
No, the clinic requires it.
Okay. Okay.
So I did my psych clearance. We were cleared for psych by November 30th. And then we started legal in December, and I did my mock cycle in December as well.
What?
So we were medically cleared by the end of December. And then we finished legal February 2nd.
Gosh.
And my transfer was scheduled for March 7th.
What?
That's
You just give me goosebumps. Like, that's insane.
No. Okay, so funny story. I was at a funeral.
Oh.
And I get a call from my lawyer saying, everything's good. Or no, from the clinic saying, everything's good. We just got to get payment from the intended parents to schedule the transfer.
Oh my gosh.
So I texted my intended mom, and she's like, I'm on it. No joke. Less than 2 hours later, the clinic calls me back. Or no, my intended mom was texting me, how do you feel about this day for a transfer? I'm like, sounds good. And we were scheduled.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's
Was
crazy.
it frozen?
It was quick.
Was
Yes.
yeah,
Yep,
because they
it
already
was
had the embryo.
frozen.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
well, Brittany, I have a quick question. So
Yeah.
I caught something that you said. So you started legal in December, but legal
Yeah.
didn't end till February, right?
February 2nd.
That's correct.
Okay,
Yep.
but you did your mock cycle while legal was still going on?
Yes.
Yes.
That is maybe it's just me, but that
Unusual.
seems very different. No?
Uh-huh.
I did a mock
Some
cycle, but they wouldn't let me until legal was done.
Right. Wow.
they told me they wanted it done before legal.
Huh. Okay.
Can I
Yep.
ask? You don't have to answer. Did you like for my mock cycle, I got compensated for it. But because your legal wasn't done,
Right.
did that not happen?
Okay.
No,
Really?
I wasn't compensated for it. And I was okay with that because
Okay.
I only took S-trace. That was my mock cycle. Was I did
Oh.
S-trace and then a mid-cycle lining check. They just wanted to make sure that my lining would thicken.
Okay. Got
Oh,
it.
what a
And
baby
there was
mock
no
cycle.
injectables or
Yeah. So that
yeah,
is
What a
baby
dream.
mock
yeah.
Okay,
cycle.
that's
That's
fine.
lovely. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I
Okay.
was okay with it. I knew
Okay.
that if I was going to do any kind of injectable, I would have wanted some sort of
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, all I did was S-trace for
Okay.
two
So that's
weeks,
not
Great.
super
and that was it.
invasive. Yeah.
So then,
Okay.
No, no.
am I jumping? Like, what's your protocol for the transfer then? What are we looking at?
So hold on.
Okay.
I've got this written down too. um, so I was on Lupron for the
Yeah.
first
Hate Lupron.
10 days. Well, I was
Right.
on Lupron for however long they have me on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was also on estrogen 3 times a day, just 2 milligrams orally.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so it ended up a total of 6 milligrams a day, which was
Okay.
like,
That's
it's pretty
orally. That's huge.
standard.
Love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Orally's a good one.
And then all I had outside of that was my PIO 6 days before transfer. So
Whoa,
that
what
was
a
that was it.
dream
That was
of a cycle. What?
yeah, it
What?
was amazing. I did not have much of anything
Wow.
for transfer prep or anything. Yeah, it was
Awesome.
great. I was worried that I'd have to do so much stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they come with the, oh, you're going to do Lupron. Obviously, I was on birth control before that.
Yeah.
And then estrogen 3 times a day and progesterone. Like,
That's so crazy.
sounds amazing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Sign me up.
Sign me up too. That
Yeah.
golly.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you have to do a trigger shot?
No.
No, because that's newer. I'm starting to like within the past couple of years. That seems to be like a
Trigger
big
shots
thing.
are
Oh,
trigger shots are more for either fresh
follicles.
or for a modified natural cycle.
Yeah.
Oh, how funny. They gave
Okay.
me a trigger shot, but it was
Really?
yeah, but the way they did it, it was already after transfer. I think they forgot because then they like came in and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna stab you with this," and I was like, "What's that?" They're like, "It's a trigger shot," and I was like, "What's a trigger shot?" And then
That's weird.
I remember I
That
asked
is
a couple
weird.
people, and they're like, "You're supposed to have that days before," and I was like, okay, interesting." So, whatever. But yeah, so, but I've heard a
So
couple
do
of
you
people
have
have trigger shots.
what's protocol for post? Well, let's see. Do you do the transfer? Do you have to fly there? Do you have to go to the
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Where?
Yeah. So they live just outside of DC. So it was I flew
Oh,
into DC and then we stayed literally like 2 miles away from the clinic.
Okay.
oh wow, super
Which
nice.
was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were in this little area where we could walk to pretty much everything, which
Nice.
in rural Minnesota you cannot
Yeah.
do. So it was
Yeah.
really nice
Aw.
to be
Sweet.
there. And in March it's way nicer there than it is here
Yeah.
in
Oh,
March.
funny.
So like we were walking around, no jackets on, all over the place.
Aw.
Yeah, and then day of we went in. All four of us were in the transfer room.
Nice.
Wow,
Um,
cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, well, the clinic was absolutely amazing, honestly.
Mm.
People will dog it because they don't like it. It's a bigger clinic.
Okay.
So we went with their embryos are at Shady Grove. So it's
Oh,
a
I've heard
bigger
of them.
clinic.
Yeah. Okay.
And people don't love it because they're such a big clinic and they have very specific things that they do. But honestly, I had an amazing time at their specific Shady Grove clinic.
Sounds
Everything was quick.
Yeah.
They were very accommodating for all four of us to be in the room because
Super nice.
it's their baby, obviously, and I needed a support person.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were all, no joke, we were all like
Cram, those are
tiny
small
little-
rooms.
So
it's
cute.
an exam room. So
Yeah.
we were all crowded around, we had a blast. We were laughing and all of that. And they got to see the embryo being implanted on the TV
So
and
cool.
all of that. Yeah, so it was really amazing being able to go in all together.
Did
Then do
they
you have to
know?
stay? Oh, sorry.
Go
Go
ahead,
for it.
Ellen.
Do you have to stay like overnight? Or do you go home? Do you stay a
Well,
couple days?
I did stay overnight, but we got up at like 5 o'clock the next morning to fly home.
Whoa. Oh, and you
Okay,
went
so
home.
not
Okay.
not a lot of bed rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had
Okay.
no bed rest. There was no bed rest required for me. They actually encouraged me they're like,
Move around.
all right, go take a walk. See you
Yeah.
later.
Mhm.
And so we did. We went out to dinner with the intended parents, and
Aw.
I don't
I love
remember
it.
that trip we were with. I saw their little one,
Aw.
but I don't remember if he came to dinner with us. But anyways, we spent the afternoon with them and
So nice.
went to dinner, and then we left the next morning, which was really nice because 3 kids at home with my
Yeah.
mother-in-law,
Right.
Yeah.
it can be a lot for
Yes,
Yeah,
every
yeah.
days.
For
Yep.
Yeah,
sure.
and we flew out the day before transfer, so it was like
Okay.
Oh, you
transfer was
weren't
on a
there for long.
Wednesday. No, transfer was on a Wednesday. We flew out
Yeah.
Tuesday. We're there Tuesday night, Wednesday night, went home Thursday morning.
Oh, perfect.
So it
Super
was
quick turnaround.
super quick. Yeah.
Wow.
Super nice.
Great.
Did they know if it was going to be boy or girl?
No, they did not. Their embryos were actually untested completely.
Whoa, really?
You were okay
Yeah.
with that, Brittany? You were okay?
Yes,
Okay.
I was. And because of everyone's religious stance and
Okay.
everyone's stance on termination,
Okay.
I was okay with the untested embryos. Also, I did talk to their doctor about the fact that they're untested.
Mhm.
And according to him, more and more they're like healthy families, they are saying, don't worry about testing them because it's likely nothing's going to happen. And because with them, it wasn't a fertility issue of getting pregnant.
It
Right.
It was
staying.
at the end, a
Yeah.
complication occurred twice.
Mm.
And that's what caused the losses. Like it was no
Yeah.
abnormality with the child or anything like that.
Right. Oh,
It was a medical complication that happened. And so the doctor's like, why spend the extra money? You're healthy,
Right.
you're under
Right.
40, that kind of stuff. So,
right.
so yeah, I was totally okay with the untested embryos, and that's totally up to everyone. But like for
Of
me,
course.
Sure.
that's definitely, it
Wasn't
was
a deal
okay
breaker.
because
Yeah.
of the situation. No,
For sure. For sure.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, great. So then how does like first trimester, well, no, we're skipping. When do you find, did it take?
Yeah.
So another funny story.
Oh.
It did take,
Okay.
but it, it ended up being a pregnancy of unknown origin.
What does that mean?
Didn't y'all watch it on the
And-
TV? Hold on a second. Wait.
Yeah.
Unknown.
So they couldn't
Wait.
call it ectopic
Okay.
because they
Oh.
couldn't ever find the pregnancy.
Oh.
No way.
Yeah. So my first beta was 67 at 10 days post. So, decent.
Okay.
And then my second beta 2 days later was 91, which was only a 38% increase.
Okay.
And then my third beta 2 days after that it had gone down
Okay.
from 91 to like 88.
Okay.
And then they're like, all right, let's keep testing, see if it, maybe it was a twin that was a vanishing twin or something like that.
Okay.
So then my next beta, I don't remember when it was, but it had jumped up to like 219.
Oh.
That's
And
high,
I was like,
okay.
all right, great. But I think it was like a week later. So it really wasn't that big of a jump.
Okay.
And
Oh,
then
okay.
like my numbers I had one more beta after that and it had risen again, but only by like 40.
Okay.
And then they're like, all right, time to do a methotrexate injection. We had done ultrasounds. There was no viable pregnancy. We couldn't, nothing. So like, all right, we got to do methotrexate, which is basically an injection that you get to terminate a pregnancy.
Really?
Yeah, methotrexate kills or stops the production of any new cells.
Mm.
It's used in cancer treatments as well. So it's completely halts the production of new cells. And it's what they give for specifically ectopic or pregnancies of unknown origin.
Okay.
because they can be so dangerous.
Yeah.
But my numbers kept rising.
No way.
After the
Yes.
injection. How
After
bizarre.
the injection.
And I'm just gonna throw this out there. You stopped medications.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
What?
Yep. I had stopped medications after like the fourth or fifth beta, and my numbers kept rising. So then I got a methotrexate injection. They kept rising. I got a second methotrexate injection, and they finally started dropping.
Whoa.
And then it took 6 weeks from the second methotrexate injection for my numbers to hit 0.
No
What?
way.
Little engine
Yep.
that wanted, not but
Uh-huh.
right?
But
It
they
was
could never
rough.
find where it like landed home.
Nope. Nope. So that's why they called it a pregnancy of unknown
So no
origin.
DNC, no nothing
Nope.
for you.
Nope,
Okay.
nothing like that. Just the methotrexate injections. And then we had to wait because after you have a methotrexate injection, you can't do another transfer for up to 6 months.
Whoa.
Yikes.
Yeah, because it stays in your system and it can keep, it would potentially just cause a transfer to completely fail.
Exactly.
And so nothing would happen.
So can you test to find out if it's still in your system, or you can't?
The
methotrexate, no, there's no test. You just wait it out.
Okay.
And their clinic said 4 months is what they ended up saying. 4 months from the time my numbers hit 0.
Okay.
Is that May?
Wow. So that's
no, it's August.
That's
no. I know, but like your numbers hit 0 in May or no? When did your numbers hit 0?
Yeah, like the beginning of May.
Okay.
Right. So it's
whoa.
Yeah.
August. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a weird little story. Like, that's a weird story.
That is.
Yeah. And it's super uncommon for that to happen. Yeah. And then, you know,
how are you like mentally? Are you good? Are you like, oh, crap? Yeah.
I was pretty, like, I wasn't necessarily devastated, but I'm like, seriously? And by the time I got the first methotrexate injection, I'm like, seriously, my body can't just resolve this. Like, my body really wants to be pregnant. Like, wants to hold on to this pregnancy hardcore. Yeah. And then when I go in and my numbers had gone up again, and I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. I already had a methotrexate injection. I was more frustrated and just irritated than anything, because I'm like, yes, obviously it's the pregnancy wasn't viable. That's a sad piece. I've been through that before for myself. So like, I understand how that feels for the intended parents. Oh, I forgot. We went through the seam scandal too.
Oh, you were a part of seam?
Were you really?
No, wait, were they like super affected?
Oh God. Oh God.
It was fully funded.
No.
Oh man.
Yep. So
oh my gosh, it's one hit after another.
Yeah. Yep. And that's how I was feeling. And I thought after that after that first transfer failed, I thought they might, because it happened all at the same time.
Yeah.
The seam scandal happened like right then.
Yep.
As we were trying to resolve this pregnancy. So I'm sitting there like, we're gonna just be done. We're gonna dissolve the match.
Yeah.
And thank goodness they are amazing. They had friends start a GoFundMe for them, and they got about a quarter of it back, and like all of that stuff. But I was like sitting there. I think that was the biggest part for me, was like, I'm afraid that they're gonna just dissolve this match.
Yeah.
Because the transfer,
invested. Yeah.
I was invested. And then the seam skin, and I'm like, you have got to be kidding me with this.
Right.
Because
you could have turned it around and you probably all did. You probably said, you know what? Yeah, we're getting all this stuff hit at us. No way, we're having a baby. We're having one, and we're doing it.
Yeah.
So seems like that's what
definitely
big middle finger
to
them to like seam and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just one thing after another, like in this small amount of time. So like mentally overall, I was okay. I was more frustrated. And then the seam thing happened, and I'm like, then I'm like worried that they're going to dissolve the match. Thankfully we figured stuff out, that way, and money wise and everything like that. And so we moved on, and finally July came, and we got our new transfer date, started meds. When did they start meds for that one? I started meds July 29th.
Okay.
And we had transfer August 21st.
Okay.
And then that one took,
Okay.
and that's the
Woo.
baby that I had this past April. So
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. And this, oh wait, so you had transfer in 24.
yeah,
This transfer's
August
in,
of 2024.
So this little
okay.
one's
Yep,
coming up on a year.
she is. She's almost a
Oh,
year
it's a
old.
girl.
Yeah,
So fun.
Okay.
yeah, and we didn't know
You,
because they didn't have their embryos tested. So we
right.
actually found out via the blood test at 10 weeks.
Okay.
Oh,
So
cool.
Aw,
yeah, so they were
Super.
really excited.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
And they have a boy already?
yeah, yeah. So they have
Ah,
one of each now.
That's cool.
perfect. Oh,
That's
Yeah,
how fun. So was your med protocol the same? Did they add anything extra to like help wash out any
they didn't change
methotrexate or?
one thing.
Okay,
They
nice.
didn't change one thing.
Okay.
They kept it exactly the same. I actually think, did I start aspirin? I don't
Hmm.
remember. I know I took the baby aspirin for a while. I just don't remember when I took
Sure.
Yeah.
it. If it was before transfer, or I think my OB put me on it
Okay.
Okay.
because at like 13 weeks she put me on it, is I'm pretty sure what happened, because with their complications that they had,
Hmm.
um it was a placenta issue. So the placenta is made out of their DNA, right?
Yes, it
Correct.
is.
So my OB wanted to, out of abundance of caution, put me
Yep.
on the aspirin just to try and
Mitigate
mitigate
that.
anything
Right.
that could happen.
Yep.
Um,
Wow.
and so yeah,
Good
I
for
was
your
on that
OB.
until,
Good for
yeah,
Yeah,
your
she's
seriously.
amazing. Trust me, I am so sad that I am not close enough to have her still be my OB anymore.
Oh,
I mean, I am, but it's a 45-minute drive, and
that's a little
the
far.
hospital that she delivers at is an hour and a half.
Ah,
So
You would need an induction and pray that everything goes well.
right.
pretty much,
Yeah.
or a scheduled C-section. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
um, but yeah, so we did start aspirin into the pregnancy, like I said, just to mitigate anything placental that could potentially happen.
Yeah.
Um, but outside of that,
Mhm.
everything was normal and easy
Yay.
for like the whole pregnancy.
Oh,
Oh,
awesome.
good.
And were
Yeah,
they
and
just
they
holding
came,
their breath the entire time, or were they
Yeah.
able to enjoy
yes.
it? They were?
No,
Okay.
they were holding their breath because
Yeah.
their losses were very late term. I'm
They,
talking 34 and 36 weeks.
oh my
My
God. I'm over here.
God.
I was gonna ask, but I didn't know if that was gonna be too much. I'm over here thinking like,
What?
okay, 16, 20 weeks, which is still
No,
freaking awful, but
very
I'm like,
late.
And happens not once, but twice. What?
oh,
Man, oh man.
Yes. And so
wow.
they held their breath the whole time
I would
until
have
she was
too.
here.
Yep.
hmm
Yep.
Um, and
Oh,
which is so understandable that they
Yeah.
held
yeah.
their breath the whole time, and
But so
they were
stressful.
able to, yeah, they were able to come for the 20-week ultrasound. All three of them came and stayed and got to come to the ultrasound, and like all of us were like, my husband stayed home with the kids because I've done this a million
Yeah.
times, ultrasounds.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the four of us went, and we all went in the room. Even their little one went in with us and got to watch
Awesome.
the ultrasound. And she was showing off, flipping all over the place. And
Cute.
that continued through the end of the pregnancy, flipping all over the place. Um, yeah, so they were here for a couple days in the snow. So we had our 20-week ultrasound in December
Oh,
of
Jesus.
2024
In
in
this.
Minnesota.
Oh,
Sorry.
and it snows there.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And they get some snow in Virginia,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
not this
Yeah.
kind of snow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. I bet the
Believe
little
it.
boy loved it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he
Sounds
had
great.
a blast. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
they got to come
cute.
to my oldest hockey game, one of my oldest hockey games, and like be at the rink with us, and they played video games, my kids and their oldest, and all that kind of stuff.
Sweet.
So we had an absolute blast while they were here.
Super cool.
Oh.
And then we didn't see him again until they were here for her to be born. So,
Did they
but
come early for that, or was it just a real quick hop on a plane? No.
so it was kind of just a real quick hop on a plane. But like I said, she was showing off and flipping at
Yeah.
the 20-week ultrasound, and it continued. I'm talking, I was having weekly BPPs, and every week she was in a different position.
Oh wow.
She would go from head up in my ribs to completely transverse to head down in my left hip to
He had
head
that
up
much
to,
room.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, she had so much room.
That's
And
crazy.
so
Goodness.
at my 38-week appointment, I had one slightly elevated blood pressure.
Okay.
And I think it was partially because I literally went from the BPP,
Mm.
then straight to my OB appointment.
Yeah.
And it had been a crazy morning with my kids,
Yeah.
and I hadn't been able to eat anything yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a question. What's a BPP?
A BPP is a biophysical profile. It's where they go in and they do an ultrasound and they have to see a certain number of movements, a certain number of practice breaths, and a certain heart rate of the
So
baby.
that's different from an NST.
Yes.
Yes, an NST, they just strap on the
The strap on the
heart
little
rate
belly
monitor and
things.
the
Yeah.
movement. Yep. And you just lay there for half hour, 20 minutes, whatever that is. But a BPP can be as long as an hour.
So why a BPP and not an NST for you?
If I failed the BPP, then I went to an NST.
Okay.
Oh, so a
Did
BPP
you ever
is like
fail?
first step?
For my doctor, because of their prior, like the intended parents' prior issues,
Okay.
we wanted to do BPPs.
Okay.
Because we could see
Okay.
the movement and everything like that. Whereas like an NST, you can't see anything.
Right.
Right. You just
And
hear
you
it.
just focus on the heart rate and movement. And
Right.
she was a little stinker. If I went in at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, she wouldn't move enough that they have to come in and get the
Oh,
vibrator thing and
geez.
put it on my belly and vibrator.
Oh
And
my
it
God.
worked. So I never ended up having to go to L&D to like sit
Okay.
there for an hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever. But
Okay. Great.
um
Wow.
yeah, so
Mm-mm-mm.
that was fun. Every week go in for, and usually it lasted a full hour because she wouldn't, it
Hit the
babies
milestones,
are on
right?
their own
Yeah.
schedule.
Yep.
Yes, they're on
Yep.
their own schedule and they'll do it
Funny.
as they want. So that's, yeah,
So
that was fun. But
when you have the elevated blood pressure at 38, what do they decide? They're like, oh no.
so the parents are like, all right, we're coming tomorrow because my OB
Oh.
is like, if you have another elevated one tomorrow, we're just going to induce.
Oh, better safe than sorry.
I had no protein in my urine. I had nothing. It was not anything close to preeclampsia. I
Mhm.
just had an elevated blood pressure. I continued to take my blood pressure throughout that day and into the evening. I took it that next morning. They arrived that next morning, which was Friday. And so the 25th of April. And my doctor's like, all right, your blood pressure's fine, but she's head down. So what do you think about scheduling the induction for later tonight?
Oh,
Because she was head down. And we're
cool.
like, we talked about it, and I'm like, honestly, I would rather just go in for an induction because I don't want to have a C-section if I don't have to.
100%. Yes.
And they're here. They're already
Yeah.
here.
They were here.
Yeah.
So we were
Perfect.
just like, let's just do it. And they were planning on staying until she was born and everything. And they were planning, so they came on, they ended up getting here like late Thursday night, right? They were literally planning to be here that Sunday.
Oh, so only a couple days
They
early.
were coming. Okay.
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 So nothing super crazy. So then we waited all day. We hung out most of the day, and they found an Airbnb down by the hospital and things like that.
Perfect.
Actually, no, they never ended up getting an Airbnb.
Oh.
Now that I think about it, they were gonna look for one, but they just stayed with us like throughout the day, and we hung out. And, like I went home and packed my bag and everything like that because I was 38 weeks. I carried my babies to 40, 41 weeks, and I've been induced with all of my own babies, so like an induction wasn't scary for me.
For
Okay.
sure.
At 38 weeks, it was a little scary because my bishop score was very low. And so I didn't necessarily want to go into an induction, but she was head down.
Yeah.
And I would rather go into an induction with a low bishop score.
What's a bishop score?
A bishop score measures your cervical ripeness, so effacement,
Okay.
the dilation, where baby is for station, and there's one more. I can't remember what it is. Oh, like the feel of your cervix. So like, is
Who
it
did a
soft?
bishop
Is it
score? Your doctor?
my OB? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she did a check to see where I was at to see if we need cervical ripener. And I did. I was only 1 centimeter dilated, and after having 3 kids at once, because she was so flip floppy, she didn't put any pressure on my cervix, so my cervix was still close to closed.
Wow.
So I needed the cervical ripener. So we ended up going in that night, Friday night. They got their own room.
Okay.
Right off the bat, they were upstairs in the postpartum by themselves. So we started the cervical ripener Friday night. And then she was so flip-floppy that they were constantly coming in to check and move the heart rate monitor and stuff like that. And we tried to put on one of the wireless monitors. It's called I think is it a Molly is the name of it? I don't remember, but it's the one where they have the battery and they stick it on and like they have to scrape your belly with the like sandpaper basically to get it to stick. My belly was raw for weeks after that.
Ouch.
Yeah. Well, they ended up not ever being able to get it on. Well, that's because the next morning she wasn't head down anymore.
Ah, crap.
No.
Uh-huh. So
No.
they did an ultrasound at noon. She was not head down. They did an ultrasound at 3. She was not head down. They did an ultrasound at 6. She was not head down. And at 6 p.m. I finally said, fine, let's just do this C-section.
Really?
Because they wouldn't send me home.
Did you have C-section with any
already
of yours?
No.
Now this gets scary because it's your first one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but oh my gosh, the nurses at the hospital were absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Because my husband and I spent 6 hours from New Lake 6 trying to flip her, right? And the
Oh.
parents were upstairs in their room and were letting us kind of be. And I'm trying to, I'm a doula. I know all the things to try, right? And the nurses are coming in, seeing me in inversions, and like we're gonna leave you alone. You know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was literally doing everything I could to get her to flip, and she just wouldn't. And I wanted to do an ECV, which is
the flip, right?
The flip. Yes, it's the flip.
Aren't those painful?
I've had one before and it's not painful for me.
Okay.
I had it with my third. She was head down the day before and my third was head down, went in for my induction, then she was completely breech. And then we flipped her and I had her vaginally.
Whoa.
So an ECV is, apparently the girls I carry are very stubborn.
Cute.
But the parents didn't want to do an ECV because of their placental issues.
Got it. That's understandable.
Which is totally understandable. I was very emotional because, I'm 38 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
And very much set on, I want to have this baby vaginally because I have never had a C-section before. I have 3 kids at home that I need to take care of. So the nurses, I walked back to the OR. Like I literally got out of the bed and walked to the OR with the nurses and, they're all loving on me and talking to me and everything like that, which was absolutely amazing. And I talked to the anesthesiologist because they're the ones who make the call of how many people can be in the OR. And I told them, I said, if I'm doing a C-section, I want the anesthesiologist in here so I can talk to him about what's happening here because I need an advocate and this baby needs an advocate. I cannot be her advocate because I am her parent. So my support person needs to be there and her mom or dad needs to be there.
Nice.
And he said, all right, see you later, and walked out. That was literally the conversation I had with him.
Okay, so he allowed it.
Yep.
Okay.
He's like, all right, sounds good to me. And walked away. Like that was the gist of it. So I also, because I'm a doula and I've been to that hospital enough times, I know their policies and I know who to talk to. So I know who to ask for.
Okay.
Good.
But if you ever are wondering, OR decisions are either the surgeon who is doing it or the anesthesiologist.
That's good to know.
I didn't know the anesthesiologist had so much weight.
Yep, because they're in charge pretty much.
Yeah, apparently.
That's fair.
That's right.
I have a question. Is the surgeon not the OB?
No, it is.
Oh, okay. I was like, this is new information. Okay.
My OB was not on call, so she wasn't the one who delivered her.
Okay.
It was a different OB who was on call at the hospital.
Okay.
But we got to have everyone in there. And another reason I didn't really want a C-section is because I have blood pressure issues when I get an epidural. My blood pressure tanks.
Also spinal tap.
Yeah,
or whatever it's called.
Spinal tap. When they did the
what's it called?
When they did it for me in the C-section, I can't. My brain. It's far too late for my brain to think. Yeah, the spinal block.
There you go.
When they did it, I told the nurse anesthetist. I said, "You need to watch my blood pressure because when I had my daughter and I had the epidural, I had to get an adrenaline shot."
Whoa!
Because my blood pressure and my heart rate dropped so low.
Wow.
And so she did amazing. The nurse
Oh, good.
anesthetist was absolutely amazing. She was proactive, gave me that adrenaline before they even did the spinal block.
Awesome.
Like as they were doing it, she was giving me this stuff and she's telling me, all right, tell me if you're nauseous, tell me if you're feeling dizzy, all this stuff so that she could just give it before I even. So
Great.
she was amazing. The surgeon, the OB was absolutely amazing. She talked us through absolutely everything. I had talked to her prior to going to the OR and I told her exactly what kind of stitches I wanted, what kind of or staples that I wanted. I told her what kind of dressing I wanted on the C-section incision. Like I told her everything. And something really cool that the hospital did. So my husband was there, mom was there. But dad was actually in the recess room, which is the room between the ORs. It's where they bring baby to resuscitate if something happens.
Okay.
So he was actually able to watch from
The window?
the other side. Yes.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Cool.
So even though he wasn't in the OR, in the sterile area,
He could still
You gotta
see.
watch.
he was still able to watch her be born.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was absolutely
Can
amazing.
I ask, where is their little boy during all of this?
At home with his grandparents.
Oh, okay. His grandparents came.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he didn't fly out. No, he didn't fly
Okay.
out.
Oh, he stayed home,
He
home,
stayed
home.
home.
Yeah, he stayed
Thank
home,
you.
home.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
like in Virginia, back home with
Got
his
it.
grandparents.
Okay.
And so
Perfect.
Probably for the
because
best.
it was his last couple weeks of school, and
Yeah.
they didn't want him to miss
Got it.
that much school and things like
Sure.
that.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was absolutely amazing. And then the doctor is talking to me while she's stitching me up. She's like, "You want to see them?" I'm like, "Yes."
Love it.
Show them to me. So she, kept a couple out of the gun and was like, showing, they're like, this is what they look like. And so that was really fun. And then I went back to my room.
How do you feel after you go back to your room? How do you just
physically, I felt pretty okay.
Okay.
Mentally, I was like, seriously, had to have a C-section.
Yeah.
But I feel like because I had all those hours leading up to having the C-section of this is probably where we're going to end up, I was able to kind of process before the surgery, which was really nice for me.
Yeah.
Rather than like going into an emergent or emergency C-section.
Right.
It was it was urgent, but it wasn't like my water hadn't broke, nothing like that. So it wasn't, we were on a timeline because I started the oral cervical ripener. That's the only reason we were on a timeline.
I see. Okay.
Wow.
And so like by the time I got to my room, like it was 8 o'clock at night. We had her at like, I think it was 8 something at night. So I got back to my room at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm like, I need food. We DoorDash some Subway.
Right. Aww.
My husband stayed the night that night. And I slept. And I had told the nurses beforehand that I wanted the gas X. I wanted, like, I'm like, get me everything now because I know I'm gonna need it later.
Yeah.
And so the nurses were amazing that way too. So, and then I was in the hospital for 36 hours and then I went home.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's not a long time after a C-section.
And how are you at home? Like, it's different.
Recovering.
It's different with your tummy being,
it's very
different.
Yeah, it's very different, especially with the 3 kids and 3 dogs. And, my husband thankfully has an amazing position at his job that he works from home, 1, and 2, he got medical leave. So he took a couple weeks off of work.
Nice.
Well, I wasn't moving super well.
Right.
But we have an adjustable bed, which was a godsend
I
because
bet.
I didn't have to try and lay down and I didn't have to try and sleep in a recliner.
Yes.
But I was literally messaging and texting all the people I knew that had C-section. And I'm like, all right, give me your best piece of advice. What do I need to order that can be home, like at my house by the time I'm there?
Yeah.
And I got a belly band at the hospital and I ended up buying a different one that just fit a little bit better. The Momfrida one is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So I did all of that. But outside of that, like physically being at home was a little difficult because we had a lot of stairs at that house. And so once I got upstairs, I was just stuck there until I could physically feel well enough to go down the stairs.
Yeah.
But we had enough space that I could get up every hour and like take a lap.
Good.
Wow. And so I did. I got up like every hour, went to the bathroom, took a lap.
Excellent.
And all
That's
that.
important.
So
It's important to be moving. It's important to get your
is.
body.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's major, major abdominal surgery. People don't
Yeah.
realize that it is,
yeah.
and it takes a lot. So fast forward to about 6, 8 weeks postpartum. Are you feeling like, yeah, I'm back to me, or are you still kind of?
For the most part, I was.
Okay.
I started pelvic floor PT at 4 weeks post-op.
Oh, you go, girl.
Good for
Um,
you.
Nice.
No, I lied. It was 6 weeks because they wouldn't
Okay.
see me until I was cleared by my OB.
Okay.
Okay.
But I was literally at my OB one day that week, and then I was at the pelvic floor PT shortly after that because I asked because my OB does a 2 week C-section follow-up.
Okay.
And so at that appointment, I said, can I get a referral? So, because I know how far out they're scheduled.
Great.
So I was scheduled for 6 weeks, pretty much.
And I
when
think
I was in pelvic
part
floor
of this,
PT.
you know what you knew what to do, you knew what
Yeah.
to ask, you knew you're part of the community already, you knew. And I'm not just
Yeah.
saying the surrogate community, I'm saying
You have
you're a
some
doula,
background.
Mhm.
you're in these hospitals, you see all this stuff.
Yeah.
So all that education to these
Super
gals who
helpful.
are, super helpful that
Super
they
helpful.
can
Yeah.
maybe get on it. And I know you're a type A, right? Yeah, you have to be.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you have
Okay.
to be.
Well, no, just
Also, she said it earlier.
did she? It's not a bad
Yes.
thing. It's not a
No.
bad thing. It's a good thing. And I really think because I'm a type A.
No.
Yes. But not everybody is. And so
Mm-mm.
yeah, some people just want to lay in that bed after a C-section. You're like, I'm not getting up, I'm not doing a damn thing. But it behooves you to get up and start moving. It really does. So
Yes.
another podcast.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Whew. All right. So how soon after you deliver, are you like, yep, doing this again?
Before I had her.
Oh crap.
Oh my gosh, really? Even with
Yeah.
the C-section and everything.
Change your mind. Look at you. Yeah. C-section
How
didn't change your mind.
funny.
Okay.
No.
Wow.
Will you try for a VBAC or will you do a scheduled C?
I want to try for a VBAC. It's a
Okay.
matter of I'm very rural
Yeah.
in Minnesota now, and the closest hospital is 20 minutes away. And they don't do VBACs. They send you to a bigger hospital to do a VBAC.
Oh.
So I would either have to go to the further hospital away, which is only about another 10 minutes away,
Okay.
or just do a scheduled C,
Okay.
which I really don't want to do.
Yeah.
But we'll see how kind of everything goes over the next couple of months.
Is your couple on board? Are you matched? I should ask that.
I am.
Okay,
Yay.
you go,
I
girl.
am matched.
And they're on board
it's-
with the VBAC if everything goes well?
Yes, they're very on board. That was one of my matching points. I was not going to match with a family that wouldn't be okay with a VBAC. So
Good
that was
for
one of
you.
the first things I said
You go,
when we
girl.
matched.
Love it. Love it.
Are you back with the biggest ask?
No, we're going independent this time.
Look at you. Well, you've been through it. So, and you
Yes.
kind of it was kind of like a baby step to independent. And so now,
Yeah.
Mhm.
look at that.
How did
you
you
guys
meet?
meet on social media?
Yes. So obviously I was researching for so long before my first journey. And I met a set of intended parents here in Minnesota who didn't have their eggs or embryos or anything yet. They had to do an egg donation from her sister. And it's like, I've been talking to her and stuff like that. Cause obviously she's local. They just had their first through surrogacy 2 months ago. And their second surrogate is pregnant right now with their little boy. So they're going to have one of each. But her, she's like, I was talking to her and she's like, so I have a friend who is just like, they're doing their last IVF cycle. They're probably going to be pursuing surrogacy if this doesn't take. Well, I actually started talking to this couple before I had baby, like while I was pregnant.
Whoa.
Yes. And we've just been continually talking. And they are actually 20 minutes from me.
No way.
Oh my God, how beautiful is that?
Oh,
Because that was one of my other matching points this time is I wanted a local couple.
Okay.
Just to have that. I want them more involved, not just via Zoom
Yeah.
or FaceTime or whatever. I want to be able to
Yes.
see them throughout the pregnancy and have them a little bit more involved. So
that would be super wonderful.
Where are you then in the second one? Can you share? Like,
I go see a new OB on Friday.
Okay, so
in 2
beginning.
days.
Okay.
But you're
Very, very
matched.
beginning.
Okay.
Great.
Yep, we're matched,
Cool.
and I've already talked to their clinic,
Yeah.
and I have all the orders that I need to do medical clearance.
That's
So
awesome.
you
And part of
could
that is going to the OB.
Okay.
you could potentially, is my math wrong?
What are
No,
we in?
my math's wrong. You would have an early 2027 baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
If all goes well.
We're looking at a transfer between like June and October, like in that
Oh, okay. So
time
you
Okay.
would
frame.
just have a
Okay.
2027 baby, period.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Very cool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I have to ask. Did any of your children meet your surrogate babe?
Yeah.
All three of them.
All three
Oh,
of
that's
them.
awesome.
Yep.
And did they now your kids are like different ages, right? So
Yep.
were any of them you were on the conversation, I think of
Mhm.
attachment or kids or something. We talked about this,
Yeah.
but like recap, were any of your kids like attached or like did they understood the process? Clearly, you're a doula and you know, they understand babies and all that kind of stuff. So, how did they feel throughout it?
They felt good. The boys were just glad that I wasn't pregnant anymore because I could run around with them more. And
No.
my 4-year-old, like, she just wanted to see the baby because she loves babies. And
So
obviously
sweet. Yeah.
she was 3 at the time, so like she was still
Aw.
pretty little.
Yeah.
But intended mom actually just texted me 2 weeks ago, last week, I don't remember, a video of my littlest holding Surro Babe singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to her in the hospital. She's like, I was going through memory lane and like this just has me all in my feels.
Wow.
But yeah, the kids came to the hospital and they saw her both. So they came the day after, held her, talked to her, saw her, and then they came to pick me up on that. So I had her Monday. So they came on Monday and picked me up, and they got to see her again before the family flew home because they
Okay.
flew home that day or the next day. So baby was only a couple days
Oh
old
my
Oh
God.
my
when they flew
gosh.
home. But
Get on an airplane
yeah, they
with
got
a
to see her.
brand new fresh baby. Woo.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. They contemplated it
Woo.
a lot.
Woo. Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
cute though.
But they got
Oh,
to see him,
good.
and yeah, they didn't even now. Like my youngest is like, I want a baby sister. I said, you can have a baby sister when you have kids. Thank you very much. I'm done.
Love it.
There you go. Oh, how funny.
Yeah.
Aw. Well, yay. I'm very excited for you. That journey's
Dude, this
had
first
some
one sounded
interesting twists and turns, but it seems like it turned
perfect.
out
Yeah.
well.
It
Yeah.
does. Yeah. I love to hear good stories.
Yeah.
Way better than the bad stories. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you have any advice for anyone that's looking to be a surrogate or going through infertility or anything?
Yeah, definitely. So like if you're going to be a surrogate, you want to be a surrogate, start with your research. Know it all like, and this is something I try and stress, like you can have an agency and all that to be able to tell you the things, but you're not going to know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So do the research.
Mm-hmm.
Research everything.
Yep.
Research what your stance is on termination. Research what you want out of your birth. Research exactly your matching points and know exactly what you want, because if you don't know what you want, you can't advocate for yourself. And that's for before you start surrogacy all the way through post birth.
Yep.
Yes.
Know what you want and advocate for yourself. If you can't advocate for yourself, either don't start
Mm-hmm.
or find someone who can advocate for you or help you advocate for yourself. So in a birth, get a doula, anything like
Great
that.
advice. Yeah.
Great
Yes.
advice. Yes.
Just
Great advice.
know what you want and
Stick to
advocate
it.
for yourself.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
Because
awesome.
you're not going to get what you want unless you advocate for yourself, unfortunately.
Don't be
No.
afraid
100%.
to
You're right.
to stand in your, to stand in your shoes. Just be like, nope, I'm comfortable with this. You don't have to be like super demanding. You can say it respectfully.
No.
And it's just like,
Yeah.
if somebody, I found throughout the community that if somebody is disrespectful to me due to a stance that I have, all right, then this isn't the path that I'm going down with you. I will walk somewhere else. I'm good with that. And
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
and
It's
that
a very
will happen.
personal journey. Yeah, it's a very personal journey, and you got to know
Yeah.
what you want. You got to know. It's not
Exactly.
that we're divas and we're like, oh, and I want this and I want that. That's
No.
not what we're saying.
Mm-mm.
Know how you want this journey or what you want it to look like. I mean,
Yes.
to every degree possible that you can have your feelings and your opinions, but some things are going to go awry for sure. You weren't planning on a C-section,
Right.
but
Right.
it happened. It worked out. You had a little time to process, and both parents got to see.
Mhm.
Like beauty did come from it.
Yes.
your journey is.
But a lot of that
really
has to do with you advocating for yourself as well. So
Uh-huh.
like
Yes.
if you weren't as educated
Oh.
on a lot of things, like me, I am very lucky that I had my mom, especially in the first two, where I was like,
Yeah.
advocate, say the things that I'm not going to
Yeah.
say. Like I was still young. I didn't know she has a nursing background. So like definitely. I think that's probably one of the better advices that we've heard.
Yeah, no, that's
Like
phenomenal.
have an advocate or advocate for yourself.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
If you don't feel like you can speak up, have somebody that knows your wishes and can speak for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yep, absolutely.
God,
Oh my
Brittany,
gosh.
this is phenomenal.
Brittany,
So nice.
I'm so excited to follow your second journey. I'm wishing you all the best.
Well, it will all be on Instagram because they have an Instagram as well. It's still very small, but we will be posting both sides a little bit.
That's
So
great.
it will
That's
definitely
awesome.
be able to follow along on both sides.
Perfect.
really
That's so
cool.
fun. Oh my gosh.
is.
Very
Yeah.
excited for what's to come for you.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks
Well,
for taking the time. We really
Yes,
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Great.
thank you so
Yeah.
much. I hope you have a
Thank you,
great
guys.
evening.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys too.
Take care.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Wow.
Great.
That was so
Good
I
story.
learned so much.
Yeah. She's got a lot of background. She's very educated, which is really cool.
Methotrexate
Like,
and the bishop thing and
Yeah.
like
and the testing before the non-stress test. I forget what that test was called.
the
So
BPP or something or
right.
the BPP something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, there's so,
Which-
like wow, so
She-
many
she just-
interesting and unique things happened in that journey
Mhm. And
that I've never
she
heard
had-
before.
we always talk about villages, but boy, oh boy, did she have a village behind her.
Yeah.
It just seemed like every place that she went, there
Mhm.
were people there to support her
Mhm.
because she advocated for herself.
Yeah,
Like
she-
she
right.
just was like, I need this anesthesiologist. I need this.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to happen to me when you give me a block to have a
Yep.
C-section. I need this.
Yeah.
And I understand. Oh, there's a lot of women that aren't that might not be able to do that might not know as much. But as she said, if you just research and know what you need as a person,
Yeah.
everybody's capable of advocating. Everybody,
For
or have
sure.
somebody do it for you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
100%.
Have a support person with you for
Love it.
sure all
Love
the
it,
time.
love it, love it.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Brittany. That's
Yes, thank you.
such a fun podcast. Thanks so much.
And you're so
if
well
anybody
spoken, Brittany. I just have to say that. So well spoken.
Barry, and thank you for educating me on so many things. Because like I'm just like over here like raising my hand like I have a question.
It's okay.
If anybody has any stories or questions they would like to share, please feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at Stop.Sit.Surrogate or at our email at Stop.Sit.Surrogate@gmail.com. Oh, and this has been another episode of Stop.Sit.Surrogate with Kennedy and Ellen.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. I always forget it's me.
Before we wrap up, a huge thank you to our sponsor, U.S. Surrogacy. Their support helps us continue to share real stories, educate our community, and connect families through the incredible journey of surrogacy. Thanks so much for tuning in to Stop.Sit.Surrogate, where every story matters and every journey is worth sharing. We'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed this podcast, be sure to give us a like and subscribe. Also, check out the link to our YouTube channel in the description. And be sure to also check out our children's book, My Mom Has Superpowers, sold on Amazon and Etsy.